Welcome back to KTN Prime. It is one of the nearly 20 slum settlements within Nairobi that have earned the reputation of harboring deadly criminal gangs. We are talking about Korogocho, and while security is indeed an issue here, there's so much more to this sprawling slum area that features on this week's Area Code. Here's Timothy Otieno.
Graffiti line up the iron sheet houses that form a mosaic of what Korogocho informal settlement is all about. It's a beauty that covers up the ugly structures that make up Koch, one of Nairobi's largest slums. Koch's history dates as far back as the 1950s. The land was acres upon acres of cotton farms where white settlers grew the plant for commercial use. Now, the 1.5 square kilometer parcel of land in which the slum rests is only 0.2% of Nairobi's total land coverage, but houses almost a third of the city's total population. Korogocho was founded as a shanty town on the then outskirts of the city. During the mid-1970s, former President Mzee Jomo Kenyatta would resettle residents to Korogocho after they were evicted from Grogon and High Ridge within Nairobi. Sylvester Okoth was one of them.
Rais wetu Daniel Arap Moi alikuja mwaka 2000 akatuhakikishia na akasema kwamba watu wa Korogocho wapewe title deeds pahali wamejenga nyumba yao. Sasa tumekuwa tukingoja hilo mpaka wa leo. Kupata hiyo kitu.
But back then, the area, as we are told by 79-year-old Nancy Wanjiku, had no name until one prominent man inadvertently gave it one.
Kuna mzee alikuwa anaitwa Korogocho, alikuwa naunganisha vitu takataka anaweka huko kwake. Ingine anauza, ingine anatupa. Hata akiva Korogocho akiva tulikuwa hapa tu. Sasa Korogocho wakakufa. Ndio inaitwa Korogocho.
Korogocho, which in the Kikuyu dialect translates to something scattered and broken, has lived up to that name. Many of the structures here are mainly substandard houses built by the residents themselves. According to the 2009 population census, Korogocho had been ranked as the 4th largest slum in Nairobi. Back then, it had an estimated between 120,000 to 150,000 people. But that number is estimated to have nearly doubled by next year's population census, and a majority of the people here still live below the poverty line. Abdi Ibrahim, popularly known by his friends as Sunguch, was born and raised here and tells me the bulging population has brought with it crime over the years.
Ongewahi live in Koch. Hata ukiangalia hapo mahali tumekaa, most of the structures zilikuwa breakdown. Watu walihepa due to robberies, armed robbers.
But the success stories are also abound.
Our CJ, not the current, but the past Willy Mutunga, alikuwa brought up in Koch.
There are over 120 non-governmental organizations operating within the area. But the highlight of the place is here, where talent is brewed. Koch FM is the area's community radio.
Thanks sana kwa wote ambao wanaendelea kutegea masafa ya 99.9 Koch FM, station bila sonko, station bila ubabe.
As it's often used as a tool to spread peace and harmony within Korogocho. Tuko mtaa leo Korogocho ambao nimeambiwa inaitwa Koch. Nikaambiwa hapa ndio pahali unafaa uje kwanza kabla hujaenda popote Korogocho.
Initially, it used to be perceived as a place that gangsters and criminology is basically manufactured. But I can say that government has done a lot to ensure that this comes to an end.
Security has been Korogocho's biggest challenge, but issues of land settlement still persist.
hazistahili kuguzwa ni mtu yeyote.
The residents here tell me many are yet to receive their title deeds and are promising to push until they finally get them. Timothy